Hey vintage people, yeah, I figure what I might do is just kind of do a video instead of taking a bunch of pictures, I guess. I just sort of had a bit of a waltz around to sort of find a few things. Generally this sort of stuff, like the plain sort of stuff, is not my bag, something like, I don't know, something like that I find to be beautiful. But sort of doesn't have the theme, the Japanesey theme kind of thing. There's over the years I've gotten some pretty groovy stuff, but yeah, sort of my bag's always the Japanesey. Although if it's got glazing, say something like that, to me that's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Oh, hang on, I'll just need to shout out to someone I was just emailing. Hey, Paul. Yeah, I remember that book, Japanese for Busy People. Yeah, that one sucks. But the Mina no Nihongo, everyone's Japanese. Yeah, they're good books, man. So stick with those, get back into it and stick with it. And one of these days you'll be here studying. There you go. Yeah, okay, back to it. I like some of this sort of stuff that is unglazed. See, it never made it to the glazing stage. That's sort of good. But I get this sort of thing every now and again. Like I find it's beautiful stuff. And a lot of unique kind of things. There's some set type of stuff here, but to me I just pulled that back out of the gommy pile, the rubbish pile, because it's not my bag. Apparently these are expensive things, but I sort of like, this, to me, that's just not, looks like some amateur hour dickhead made it. I mean, I'm not really into that sort of stuff. But a mate of mine's telling me that this stuff, the Chinese actually at the auction houses are just going huge for this sort of stuff. So, yeah, well, there you go. These are antiques. And these I actually put in the pile that I was just going to give all this away, but hey, if it's worth good dough. But see, these to me have no design, have no nothings, so I'm not interested. I pulled these. Oh, a mate of mine was telling me this is good stuff. To me, it's just foreign, foreign savages like me. What is this? David Hicks of London. And there's a plate set there. Obviously it costs a lot of money to send this stuff over, so there's another one there, that David Hicks of London, whoever that dude is. Stuff. I don't know. But yeah, a mate of mine saying that this is good stuff, hang on to it, blah blah. Valentino, whoever that is. Valentino tableware, it's the same as this nonsense here. The V or whatever. But yeah, over the years, stuff like that, for instance, I noticed this one's got a crack in it. But I noticed that website you're talking about, something like that, I just, yeah, can't believe the amount of this stuff I've thrown away over the years. Yeah, but it's in vogue. But it's not my bag, Stuff like this, in fact, I was going to get rid of because it's not Japanesey enough. There's this floral festival. Hang on, that's Mitani. Oh, oops. Better keep that one. Right, we'll keep that. Something like that. Not Japanesey enough, so it just doesn't make the grade. But oh, what's this? That didn't make the cut because it just wasn't Japanesey enough. So, alright, but I am aware that the Chinese they're going huge for ceramics right now. Looks like a bit of cracking on at the auction house. So a lot of stuff's really difficult to get hold of. Who knows what I got in that one? Oh god, what's going on here? Yeah, again, it's not bad. But let me have a look over. That's not bad. More plain sort of stuff. Fair enough. I reckon damage that. Now I reckon these are groovy. I like these things. These are flattened bottles. These flat glass. I took them to a market years ago and no one wanted them. There's another groovy, and there's a few of them here. They're just rad. Alright. And that one there. Radalicious. This thing here, I mean, that's just plain and just plain now. These things here, they definitely need to clean. These are real deal bonsai. That's why the holes are there. Bonsai, those thingies, or whatever you call them. Something like that. That just goes on the discard pile. Even a whole stack of those are just not Japanesey enough. You know, I've got heaps of these sitting in there. I've got a lot of crystal glass stuff that I don't give a stuff about either. This in here, there's loads of this crystally. Let's find some. This sort of shit. Yeah, there's loads of there. Might be 20 of them or something over here. All this stuff I plan on taking to an auction house because they're doing quite well. Yeah, those aren't Japanesey enough kind of thing for me. These are crystally glassy sort of stuff. Again, same deal. That thing, you know, sort of. I don't know, it's just not my bag. You know, I like my style. Okay, so over here. Yeah. Let's see now. Let's see if I can get my torch thing on here working. Right. You know, I've got all these nice little, fairly plain, sort of westerny style-y sort of stuff. Some things, you know, I sort of don't consider that to be very Japanesey, but that is. I like that sort of stuff, beautiful glazing sort of thing there. I've got some nice sort of cup sets and things, so they're good, plenty of cup sets and things around. There's some military stuff in there actually. I think these are all very nice and groovy. That to me is very plain, beautifully glazed, but again, very plain. It's just a sticker on the tag. I like those. Let me just grab one. These to me are beautiful. This is the sort of thing I like. Yeah. Ooh, shit. They're beautiful, I reckon. Yeah. And they're also very nice. But a lot of things don't have a whole lot of design, which is sort of, I keep saying that, but you know, my bag, a lot of really groovy sort of different styly sorts of things. That's, I don't know, what's that, Cup of Christ or whatever one of them is. I'll get a friend to come around and try and test them, see which one's good, which one's bad. Okay, now I've got some other loads of different sets and things. Yeah, you know, I like that sort of stuff. But yeah, something like that, for instance, that would, I don't even know how that survived to be there in the first place. There's another one in there. Some things, just, I'll show you in a second if you stick around. These things here, these are beautiful, but people just don't seem to understand what these are. These are real deal lacquer bowls. They're like late 1800s type of stuff. I've got loads of boxes of those. About 9 boxes of those. Don't know how that made it. But some things have been sitting there for many a year that I haven't sent. I like those. They're beautiful. Okay. And, that's the... Oh, that glass stuff I mentioned. Oh god, I'll be here all freaking day doing this. Actually, the Chinese at the auction house, they're going huge. I've had this stuff for years. I could take it all to the auction house and they just they'd be jumping over themselves to get at me now, because that's what they're doing. They're buying amazing stuff. They're like throwing out huge money. This sort of thing, glass bowls with beautiful designs, but I don't really know anything about them, so hang on, that can go there. That's a nice one. That's way too big to send. Hopefully those two that are similar to that made it to you in one piece. Yep, and it goes like that. There's some, so there's not a whole lot of design, but they've got the Fujiwara markings there. That's quite beautiful indeed, and a few similar things. But yeah, a lot of the crystal glass and all that stuff, if you like that sort of, this sort of plain shit, you probably won't be too happy with me if I told you what I did with hundreds of these sorts of things years ago, but now you can't get them. You know, they're like, oh, I find stuff like that in boxes over the years. If I buy back in the day, I'd buy a whole stack of stuff, and a lot of it would end up like there. Now let me just turn this thingy off, and show you what happened to a lot of others. I checked out that website just briefly because I was driving and just at the traffic lights, and they had like an old school box like that. That's the fire. That's my fire section. Yeah, that's where that's going. Along here, along here, a lot of these plates. That's some old stony thingy. A lot of these old plates been sitting here for years. I put them here because I'm hoping to deal with them. And over the years, a number of these things just I never picked up because they're just too plain. I mean, that's not Japanese. Yeah. In fact, I turned a lot of them over so the mosquitoes wouldn't breed in them. Yeah, yep. Like that there. That doesn't have a... That, to me, that's just a piece of shit. But I can clean them up and take them to the auction house, and they're worth something now. It's just not my bag. I like spending my time doing stuff with shit I like. You know, fair enough. I understand the thing about you're supposed to make money to put food in your guts. True. But anyway, alas. It is definitely getting a whole lot harder to get ceramics now. It's true. Very, very true. But, you know, beautiful stuff like this, that's all hand painted. That's the real deal stuff right there. That's my bag. Yeah. I've got these things here. And again, not a whole lot of design or whatever. But these are all sets. There's many of them in here. But I really had to pay for this stuff because I bought a whole stack. I had a whole bunch of boxes all laid out here, and I went through them, and I haven't been all the way through this at all. Again, there's more like that sort of stuff there, which I'm told is very, very popular now. Some of the Chinese, you're finding this sort of stuff. You used to find this stuff at the wherevers, but now you're finding, because this is real deal stuff, you're finding this stuff at the expensive auction houses now. I don't know, what have I got, 20 of those there, and whatever's there, and whatever's there. Yeah. Now that to me is just sort of not Japanese enough, but there's a whole set of them down here. Well, anyways, oh, this sort of stuff. These are another one of these boxes that I was talking about, and that's yeah, that's way back in the day. It's not close to clean, but I could clean them. These are real deal wood and lacquered, urushi lacquered bowls and things. That's real deal stuff. You'd have your rice and things and stuff like that. There's a whole stack of them. I've got loads of that stuff laying about. this is beautiful stuff that people I find in my land just don't know what that is. And now they're saying they want plain stuff. I just don't get the market, do I? I just don't know. Like this one here, here's another one. Beautiful stuff. It's a real deal antique right there. And there you are. Look at that. It's real deal wood and lacquering. Well, I plan to send those at some stage. There are musical instruments. They were going to go on the last shipment, but that didn't happen. I'm thinking I might diversify and hopefully send a few sort of more diverse things. I'd love to send that. That's bronze, but it's just way too difficult. Sea freighty, it just couldn't happen. So that's that. Alright, that's just to give you a bit of a heads up. Okay, so I did what we got there? Whoa, there you go. Crazy stuff there. There you go. There's a to me, you know, something like that's just sort of not really Japanesey enough, but I'm told that this is good stuff. Yeah. So there's another plain. So that's all glazing. From a distance, it looked like it's sort of broken. I think that's the reason why I got it. So there you go. Sometimes I get lucky. These guys, they went through the roof at some stage. Kokeshis. And I used to be able to get them really easily. I did. The video thing ended. Had to click it on again. Did stock up on a bunch of vasey things. A mate of mine, because I mentioned about vase, and he said, yeah, okay, I'm on it. And now I'm told it's a no, and it's this, or there's plenty of them, or whatever it is. I don't know. These are really quite nice. And that's doing there. Yeah, quite nice indeed. In here is all kinds of stuff. But some of them are more sort of plain and whatever. So, anyways, that gives you a bit of an indication that I still have some things laying about. Yeah, my theme's sort of a bit different. I might diversify and like some kind of metaling or whatever, and you know, start chucking a few more of these sorts of things. You know, I'm just worried that having stuff like this on a shelf close to, it's all metal too, close to ceramics, kind of put me back in a bit of a feeling of trepidation. And there's another set of sort of more plain kind of thing. So yeah, I will kind of diversify, sort of some more of those books. Oh, I went to a bookshop that I know of that sold second-hand stuff years ago, and I was able to get a whole bunch of those really big books, and also at some auction houses. They don't have them anymore. They and they're quite I haven't seen many of them at all at the auction houses. Haven't been doing much about it at all. This sort of thing, I don't even think that's wood. No, that's not wood, that's wood. But I don't know, stuff like that, I don't know how that would go, so I generally wouldn't go near that. Anyways, hopefully I kept your interest for long enough. Right. Actually, I might just take a screenshot of that stuff there. Love to send those things. They're meditation chairs. There's a lot of things I'd love to send, but they have to really be assembled. You know, plan to send this at some stage. It's beautiful, very heavy. He's groovy. They've got a fishing right there, and yeah, that'll be my, a few more of them. That'll be my plan. Something like that. There's a few of them here. There's the tong things in there. These are brass pieces, but I just don't see that those. Maybe we just need different clientele. I don't know. Maybe I need to get with the times or something. But the style, I like the style. This sort of thing's really cool. It's, you put your, it's a food platter thing. And they use that for like sashimi and that sort of stuff. And here we have some more western. Do you have more westerny sort of nonsense? Hang on, what's that? Oh no, that's Noritake China, which is actually Japanese, but China, I think, you know, the ceramics could use a bit of a clean. Again, more kind of the plainy sort of thing. So yeah, I will. These are nice. I like that sort of stuff. I will diversify with my stubbornness. Yes, and we'll like something like that. For instance, that's been sitting there for years. Oh, it's kanji. But it just didn't make my grade the cut for. Oh, I like this. Oh God, I'm going back to this again. These are beautiful. Hang on. These are all hand painted like these. I'm not going to sit that down on that. These are beautiful. It's very dirty. They need a right good cleaning. And this one in here, and there's another one there. There's military stuff in there. If you're able to see that, these I find are very beautiful. All pronounced, that hand painting stuff. Alright, as you can tell, it takes a tremendous amount of work to put all that together. But we'll soldier on, and as I say, I'll give that diversification bag a bit of a go. Stuff like this is really groovy, but just needs to be put back together, kind of thing. So I'm not really certain whether I would send things like that. Don't know if anyone can see this right now, but I've got some. Hang on, let me get the torch. No one's watching this shit anyway, so no one cares about me. Get a box of tissues going. Hey, here's a box of tissues going on the fire. Yeah. He's gone bonkers. Yeah, all kinds of really rad stuff laying about. Like some really cool statues and things. And that's from the Ainu handcart, from the Ainu people of Hokkaido. There's another one of those groovies. Those things, little helmet display things, and I don't know what to do with that. This thing here, like wing, body, and base would have to be put back together, kind of thing. You know, so that's why I didn't send that sort of stuff. Am I just babbling right now? Yeah. So I will have some formation of a oh, when I got up here, some of this stuff's been sitting there for years. And you need a couple of horse saddles. What's going on? I don't even know what I got. Some stuff. Alright, signing off. We'll continue to try to. What do we got here? That's Noritake there. So I don't have a whole lot of sets that well, kind of do. That full sets of things. Oh god, they're too good to go through right now. Okay, now they're groovy. I'll definitely send those as chopstick holders. So cute. So cute. Wait, you come here. Yeah. An eagle. Little birdies. Alright. Chuck them back. Yeah, see that plain thing there? What's in there? Right, that's that. Okay. Not sure what to do for the rest of the day. As to whether I want to get stuck into packing this sort of thing. But yeah, I do see at the auction house they're going big, you know, so something like that. Sure. And groovy sort of, I don't know, maybe weirdo people like this sort of stuff. A lot of it needs a decent clean. Yes. Right, generally not my bag, but I mean, do people want that? Antique. I mean, that's serious antique stuff. These are nice. Yeah, these bonsai things, as I was saying, there's one right there. They get very heavy, but they are popular. They're the real deal. They're antiques. Yeah. No idea what I've got in there. What's in there? No. Yeah. Garden stone things. You can remain garden stone things. Okay, now, right, I better take that one out, deal with some of those. Let me know if you want those groovy, flattened things there. If you wish. Yeah, there you go.